The big news this week is apparently Epstein did not have a client list according to the DOJ, which I find very interesting because there's so many pictures of our lovely president with Epstein where he looks, I mean, for once in his life, truly joyful. And I, for one, really wanted the list to come out because some of the fake lists online, I'm on. And at first I thought I was on the list because I was like, oh, do people think I was sex trafficked? And then I remember how old I am. And I'm like, no, Michelle, you're like 2 decades out of that game. But I really wanted that list to come out. But apparently, Epstein was just a lone sex trafficker in a book depository. Apparently in a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister yesterday, Trump forgot his name and just called him Mr. Japan. And look, should he have known his name? Yes. Is it incredibly embarrassing? Yes. But the silver lining here is that I feel like Mr. Japan is one of the least racist ways he could have addressed him. And you know what? Out of all the things going on, we gotta take that as a win. The TSA announced that you're not gonna have to take your shoes off anymore when you go through security. And just think maybe we should make that a rule on the plane too. Just you can't take your shoes off because no one wants to see a grown man's toes, Frank. I get so annoyed with TSA because I'll go through with my baby and they'll be like, we've got to swipe your baby's hands. And the one day I was kind of annoyed and feeling a bit cheeky. And I said to the lady, I go, do you get a lot of bomb-making babies come through here with residue on their hands? And she goes, you'd be surprised. And I'm like, yeah, actually, you know what? I would be very, very surprised because one guy had a bad bomb in his shoe like 20 years ago and we all know about it. I'd be very surprised to know there's a lot of bomb-making babies going through security. I also think that air travel has gotten so bad and planes are so gross that if a shoe bomb did make its way through, at this point everyone's like, can probably only make things better, right? Trump met with Netanyahu yesterday and said that Israel and Hamas are probably ready for a ceasefire deal. And you know, if there's anyone who has their finger on the pulse of international politics, it's Mr. Japan himself. They said after the Diddy verdict came out and he went back to jail, the inmates gave Diddy a standing ovation. And of course, Diddy just sat down and watched. That's been it for Stroller Walk and Talk News. For more fun stuff, go to Punch Up, subscribe to watch my podcast, get tickets to live shows, London, Edinburgh. Come on out. Last shows before I have a baby. Gonna be a lot of fun, probably a bit unhinged. Click that link, subscribe, get your tickets, listen to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and have a day that you deserve.